So here are the top 5 things parents fear for the GCSE English mock exams. Hi guys, this is nataliechama from Tutoring. I hope you guys are all well and you're having a fantastic day today. And don't forget to like, comment and subscribe to this channel and click on the notification bell so you'll be the first ones to know when I have my next video. The more families that subscribe, the more families I can help when it comes to English literature and language from Year 7 to GCSE level. So today we are talking about my top 5 things parents fear for the GCSE English mock exams. And the mock exams are coming up really soon, guys. It's going to be in November, the earliest. So what are you going to do? And what are those fears that you parents have for the mock exams? And we're going to go through them right now. Number 1, the academic pressure. Whether your teenager has a projected grade of a level 4 or a level 8 or 9, that fear, that whole added pressure to reach that goal or maintain that goal, even if they are doing really well and they are reaching that projected grade, but to maintain it is so much pressure. So just remind them that they need to know about the skills that they need to add, and don't be so fixated on the grade. The skills are important. Understand the assessment criteria and what they need to fulfill. Number 2, performance anxiety. Now, performance when it comes to actually fulfilling, actually getting through the exam. And sometimes with students, they find it really difficult to perform well in exams because of that pressure that they're being timed and all that pressure around that. It can be really daunting. They can get writer's block. And for parents, that is really hard for you guys to deal with when it comes to that performance anxiety. You just want them to do well. You want them to be able to perform well in exams. So what I would say to actually reduce that performance anxiety for yourself as a parent and for your teenager is just making sure you're doing the basics, making sure you encourage your teenager to do practice papers before they get into the exam. That is good preparation. Number 3, balancing act. Now, it's really hard to balance all of these different tasks, especially not only for the GCSE English mock exams, they probably have other subjects that they need to focus on. So you have this balancing act. You almost feel like as a parent that you're in a circus and you're balancing everything and you're supposed to be some sort of wizard or magician and you're supposed to be doing everything. Now, delegate. Delegate where you need to delegate, whether you get a tutor, whether you delegate it to the teacher, whether you delegate it to someone that you know that can help out, a neighbour, a mentor, and you delegate those tasks that they need to do when it comes to balancing whatever revision that they need to do, so you don't feel like you're doing everything yourself for your teenager. Number 4, peer competition. Peer competition is really common, and obviously as your teenager might be talking about, oh yeah, they got a better grade than me, I'll be a friend of theirs that gets better grades than them, and they feel really dejected and they feel really disheartened by that. But you just have to remember and remind them that it's not about competing against anyone else. It's about your ability. And it's really hard to explain that to a teenager, but it's about their ability and knowing their strengths and weaknesses. So encouraging them to be able to speak to their teacher, and you speak to the teacher as well, and find out what are their strengths and weaknesses in different topics. In the English mock exams, they need to know what are the strengths and weaknesses beforehand, so they're able to know, okay, this is what I need to work on. And you'll be able to get the right resources for them that will be able to support them better, and you won't feel so stressed out with trying to support your teenager emotionally if their peers have higher grades than them or they are better or stronger in certain areas. And number 5, future opportunities. English is one of the 3 core subjects that are very important, including maths and science. And majority of jobs out there, if you don't have those 3 subjects and you haven't actually passed, it's very hard for you to get a job. It's very hard when it comes to certain areas to actually get a career in certain areas if you don't have English. So that added pressure as a parent, that is really, really stressful, because you want them to do well. You want them to have all the opportunities that they can have, and you just want them to be able to keep going, and you want them to pass. So what I would say is, maybe find out what your teenager wants to do, even if they don't have a clue what they want to do in a certain subject. If they're interested in a certain subject, just say, okay, if it was up to you, what would you want to do in the future? What job would you like? What jobs do you like when it comes to any relatives that you know, or any friends that you know, or friends of relatives that you know? What would interest you? And maybe you can kind of get an idea from them what they like doing, and then you can find out, okay, what qualifications do they need. At least they have an outcome and a target to hit, and then it will keep them motivated to focus on practicing and revising and studying and doing the right studying for the areas that they are weak in for each subject, for English especially. And thank you guys. I hope you like those 5 things parents fear for the GCSE English mock exams. And don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. The more families subscribe, the more families I can help when it comes to English literature and language from year 7 to GCSE level. And thank you guys, and remember, reach your full potential with confidence, take care and enjoy the rest of your week. Bye.